the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
Former President John Dramani Mahama ano akoyi nika in the Western region's capital, Takoradi. Ano akoyi nika ne se okoko kasa ya wose oba ono ne the next NDC government ebe ma 20% allowance e de ama rural teachers. Say de be ya ebe boost omo confidence eno omo moral ama omo akire no makire ni yi when they are posted to rural communities. Na asan boa ama top education listen so. Na ye post to omo do ma ko these rural areas no. Omo ampa ba no omo de ni geni ahokeka akọ. Owi ye no say the next NDC government ebe sign up provide huge loans e de ama teacher trainees. Na aboa mo matumi de ahwe wo mo ho. Na empo so omo wie teacher training institutions ni post to wo mo a these huge loans no omo de aye yenwuma nkakra kwesi se ye be fo mo nwuma. Na no akoyi nika na a town hall meeting ya na koso e the Western region ya na ode chire na ni so ade hunu ase na wasan chire mu bion se Takoradi ho na nkasa kra no there are certain villages within the city entino ya na aye very difficult in categorizing say ehimfa na ye urban ehimfa na ye village ehimfa na eye cottage ya ombehia mwa tino the next NDC government ebe transit normal address this issue say the be ya obetumi categorizing no yi no mo hu which particular teachers are eligible to enjoy the 20% allowance for rural community teachers. Ebi o say private schools has also expressed dissatisfaction with what they perceive as unfair advantages given to public schools, especially senior high schools, and also about there will be stakeholder consultation na aboa amomotumi afine a suitable solution to this problem. Ebion also the next NDC government ebe conducted a thorough review of the free senior high school policy. Na eno no chechire mu say ade ombeye ne say ombewa be involve a stakeholder engagement. Yeah, this stakeholder engagement our for parents, for teachers, for educationalists, and afi school for no year students. Into this group of people, and no more better say esigina, etujina, na more review the free senior high school policy. Ya our friend the stakeholder engagement. Owi ya na wo chire mu say odnani akan chire free senior high school policy no a. Nyama bebrebe to sini. One, infrastructural deficit. Enunti amankwada yi ebi eba fie betre fie abosomi be miensa ansa no akọ school obi nso kọ school na watwe mienu na watwe miensa yes watwe zan se bi o makwan won samra a whole lot of discrepancies na ekoso within the free senior high school policy or no former president John Dramani Mahama ba obeba na wabe address no ebi obe see to it say obe bridge the gap between the rural and the urban communities with respect to the quality of education. How is he going to do that? Also, ensure say multiple allowances are given to teachers that are posted to rural areas. Now, I serve as an intrinsic form of motivation for them to push harder. Now, if you almost deliver our best to students. Now, okay, can you say you as of an wedi? Or we are no be a queen and the two must say the audience and so be bicho my to me. Now, the first person our kasa or an educationist, then your friend Eric Adashirebo, and I watch him say, no, from 2012 to 2016, Okaipa said teacher training allowance, you came. Okaipa say newly trained teachers, yeah, you push to almost from teacher training institutions. A bitch that there a fe enfiem yenu enfiem yensa. Pay ne beba no na ya bosumi mienu, bosumi miensa, bosumi 9. Dia ka nyina na aban no afadi. Enti no e dey ne kire say this time round and someone former president Mahama eka no e yen someone say Ghana for fan serious. Former president bie na no a o say adekodi enti a otwa the teacher and nurses training allowance ni say now more infrastructure needed to be built. Said you benya more space and they are employed these nurses and the teachers and you know omo allowances no otwa mu no na ka okeka bom na what they are expanding the infrastructure deficit with respect to our health and our education sector. And until now, when Chum say, be a binding discuss with the bit to a debit, the on no former President John Dramani Mahama and DC who say, it is here, you can go and read it, it is there. Okogana Webadaho, or no who say the deficit with respect to infrastructure in the health sector, in the education sector, so, and to no allowance no. Ye demand these trainees no dia bom ho bra no on de wo twam no abobo skana no e de I expanded the infrastructure anya bi obi busa say obobo ano infrastructure projects ben e na wo ye di see ho betumi de ni say we teacher and nurses training allowance am twam na me de ye e ya obi antumi amusa sa akwhyen no e wo bedwanase. Now the second one was say Ghana and now you are my community, you need to the International Monetary Fund. Now, as part of the conditions to be met for the IMF, no more pages kapudo dia bayano, no more be a delay of salaries. After salaries, no, ye be suniandi, and no be, and unfortunately, a quarto, these newly trained teachers are near post to various stations. And I don't know who we are because now the IMF put in place stringent measures with respect to the country's expenditure in a account. But Shabo say the next NDC government will not only is not going to give teacher trainees allowances, no huge loans. Yeah, and yes, I would the bomb bracket. Ube to me so edia set up businesses nan campus. Who we school they impose you pa say business no to me aboa ama won sap to me akowano. And then another issue was raised. The Baba Kubusa and say, when did you know said there are deficits in infrastructure with respect to health and education and an amobeng and a 2 year. And the former president can say, I because I would and started the day schools, community day school infrastructure, which is CBR fine. After so hospitals and so Moboboya, Ebebo, the University of Ghana Hospital in Legon, and a host of others say, ni yinaka and a montua now or no any NDC are buying A2 to minimize the deficit. Some of these projects, according to the former president, Western Region Chirimua, it has been abandoned by this current government. Which of those projects has been abandoned? And so, Obia Musa Amano Yin Huano. Tinacha said, enye easy at the man. To what we here and Obeka say. Now, proba woko yinano, the footwork akra or demand the NDC and its teaming supporters. They say, winning the 2024 elections is not going to be an easy job. And you know correct because the campaigns are working on fan for. Oka na Ghana for refer. Oka na Ghana for refer. Oka na Ghana for refer. This is clearly showing so on to me can do PBM for no money. Now on take Ghanaians for granted. Ghana for any be. Ya dream will be. Also ni assume so be. You tie, you analyze it, you the reply, bro.
Wants to turn parliament into a palace. Muntaka. Minority Chief Whip Muhammad Mubarak Muntaka, member of parliament for Asumasi, has made critical comments about Speaker of Parliament Aban Babin, describing his former leader as a tyrant. Muntaka, whose most recent exchange with Babin on the floor of Parliament was in connection with the procedure of the censure motion against Minister of Finance, Ken Ofori-Atta, stressed that it was a hard thing to say about Babin, but he felt obliged to do so. I am sorry to say this. When you want to turn the Chamber of Parliament into a palace, then you become a tyrant. When pushed about whether Babin was a tyrant, he responded, he is becoming a tyrant. Yes. Yet you are not a chief, Tio. You are not a chief. You are supposed to be a Speaker of Parliament, and the Speaker listens to both sides patiently, even when there is a disagreement, and that's the essence of democracy, to sometimes even agree to disagree. But when you are personalized, it is as if disagreement is a disrespect to you. Then I'm sorry, you are becoming a bad speaker.
When you NDC MP member, the then minority chief,
yes,
and I mean, I'm not going to say, some Muntaka challenge we into no as minority chief.
now Babin can the parliament say Muntaka will find it difficult to catch his eye.
Catch no say sanka it's na wa domino no wo be bre papa parliament ya see o wie no ko catch and this impany for so ntumi ni Muntaka nya eduma ana yi Muntaka ni free wo adan speaker kakra obedi e eno kra na onam kwan pa enye kwan pa so na fa bedi e o speaker bedi e etwa minister no blade o speaker bedi e yes ase ne manyina obe nkwa bedi speaker Ghana ha wa fra sia sha hinche efrantuma
akwa dead no
mama hinche bedi no
Mr. Abmas man for Babin do say he needs to be told to stop talking down on Ghanaians as though he's a village chief and we are his subjects.
Yes.
No humble, learned, erudite, and experienced person will ever seek to silence his critics in a constitutional democracy by telling them that, in all humility, please know that there is deep thought in whatever I do. Don't underrate my knowledge, skills, experience, and expertise in parliamentary practice and procedure.
Experience, Papa Ben.
And what kind of
experience? And you speak of parliament, you and the catches, almost parliament or Gibran. When I Babin the catcher say, almost parliament or Chrononia, the Mudian or
especially budget to be a budget,
and you're Babin the kind. And to watch now parliament over 20 at the Brab over 20 years. One hour kind, and then you come. Experience in the Brab, experience, and I didn't experience. What's not parliament? One catch us a multi parliament or Egia de Mudia, Dream, and a catastrophe. And to what Gibrab 20 years near to go to parliament
March 10, 2014. MPs take bribes. Babin confirms in Takoradi. Member of Parliament for Nadoli Kalio, Mr. Aban SK Babin, has confirmed that some members of Parliament take bribes to articulate the views of some individuals and organizations on the floor of Parliament.
Wait, man can't say Bible. If you are sending church, I say we
MPs take bribes. Babin confirms.
Babin say. When you cast what tuna numutu, or a castle be a tuna numutu, I say a draw chinipa, no cassa, menami, women, yes, what tuna numutu, into a tuna numutu say, Marcebe, you are former dear demo, dear papa.
Member of Parliament for Nadoli Kalio, Mr. Aban SK Babin, has confirmed that some members of Parliament take bribes to articulate the views of some individuals and organizations on the floor of Parliament.
Yes, Marcebe, you are one Nadoli Kalio, was this pain say emrase beduafo mo dia demo die en na nwuma ku ahodo ne ankran do mu nwuma ba no omudi hu dwuma do mo.
Okay. Was it the reality is that MPs are Ghanaians and there's evidence that some MPs take bribes and come to the floor and try to articulate the views of their sponsors.
Nti o say ni wo mu an say MP for no so mo ye Ghana for na ensen na hopefe se omuji adamudie ansana omaba floor ho aba be adwuma se de so omuye na omaka bia mankrofo bi e ba omunchen anya no ano.
He said evidence to that effect existed.
I said adansi de hopefe
and added that the practice had persisted because of laid down rules and ethics on lobbying in the country.
Ayo ano
Babin
no nti o say
so one wajibi that Waji.
Only God knows Sabana Ogusuje. Friend to me, I sent to friend to me, Giano de Ashim. I know Unya. What I say, would you call Parliament if friend to my the call?
Now for so say, you win.
What I say now, Obicasa, Yama, and this before Kasangam, and before Kasangam. Now the whole president, the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, and into Kwakita Soja for Bese Dunumuno. Would not be parliament, no asopano.
Mese back one day, or say, or Babis obey speaker, or quiet Thanksgiving. I will the crew. Or no half a plane. I'm a police in the dispatch rider, and I'm from. Jason Quanta and
no we
Abra same tamale despite
right
will make me share airport to do akono
Nsem-Pii's attack on Babin unwarranted. Ayariga. The NDC member of Parliament for Boko Central, Mahama Ayariga, has described as unwarranted the attack on the Speaker of Parliament by the Communications Director of the NDC, Nsem-Pii. Sami Nsem-Pii accused the Speaker of Parliament and the leadership of the NDC caucus in the House of betraying the party after the House voted to approve all the vetted nominees for ministerial positions Wednesday night. Then Sami Nsem-Pii quotes me, was a comrades. The betrayal we have suffered in the hands of the Speaker of Parliament, Right Honorable Aban Babin, the leadership of our parliamentary group, particularly Honorable Haruna Idrisu Eno, Honorable Muntaka Mubarak, and dozens of our own MPs, is what strengthens me to work hard for the great NDC to regain power. They brazenly defied the leadership of the party and betrayed the collective good for their selfish interests, including the Speaker of Parliament. And we must not let them succeed in their parochial quest to destroy the NDC, the party that has done so much for them and all of us. The shame they have brought on the party will forever hang like an albatross around their necks. This is somebody describing Speaker of Parliament in such manner.
When me respond?
Babin,
now crowd you are here. It's my him from Flakenti.
Debbie.
And I'm sure Fuguma I met now. I don't know crowd who the SSO yet. Who croma you know, I am following check I in chow and share Flakenti. And his opposite in Ukraina and Kashefugum boy.
And Pedifo and an Encasa. And Pedifo and an Encasa that when the Pacra will call to Naba.
A demand no.
I had the Pacra to Naba Tia
MPP.
Yeah.
And why you gun in Abro? MPP from
MPP ni kwa to Naba ma Babino. Sabre. I said Osini Tiase when you go say why MPP abro. Aye Ghana bro. Na say ni pa kunitina Ghana jina IMF. One way you want to change bano so no. Nyame ene better.
Because poni na sungu so.
Babin die. Isi a say na why no hu God asebre why ye kontonkro wi edam ansan. I say
why no Bonsam bi no abetena
abetena ye konso. I say wo di wo when your friend Patanje no wo di wo anje wo ye no bibia enye yi.